Well, hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to your yearly 2026 reading. We're going to do the 12 houses. This is going to be every house that you can align with. Okay, and I'm going to go right through it with you before we actually start with the reading, so you just have like a little bit of know-how of how this actually works. You can watch it as many times as you want, and also it's completely white behind me. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like winter wonderland here in Holland, and it hasn't been like that since 2021. So fresh new start, and it took some days, and I'm sure to feel that way too. Now, what we're going to do for each and every one of you, I'm going to go through the whole cycle of the 12 houses, starting from the first house and how that is going to impact you. So this is going to be a general start of what you can expect or what you need to know. And then in the second half of the portion, I will go into depth for your zodiac sign. And for those that want to go a little bit deeper, I will do an extended as well. Now, let's get started with how this spread works. So I'm going to go through all the houses, starting off with the first house, which is all about the self. It's all about how you present yourself to the outside world, your core individual self and your principles. Okay, that's like the Aries house is the first house, how you come across to other people. And this may actually have some radical changes as well. The way that you are fierce, the way that you put yourself out there, the way you communicate, and what you actually show the world. Okay, and this could be like a lot of radical changes that you make, or actually you can go a little bit inward. We're going to look at that with the tarot. Now, the second house is Taurus energy, and that's all about your assets. It's all about your luxury. It's all about like what you have in financial goals, how you actually move forward, making your practical plans towards the future, and what you will gain in terms of extra luxury, or even like the way you eat, the way you nurture yourself, and the way that you are tied to material assets in your life. Okay, so this is going to be very, very important. Now, the third house is obviously the house of Gemini, which all rules communication. It rules, I don't even know why I have these cards. It's just like for the 12 signs, but it's like most of us already know most of it, but still it's good to have a little bit of insight before you go into your zodiac depth. Okay, so this is all about your communication, your friendships, your siblings, the way that you are in social environments, all the things that will be changing in your connections and on social media, the way that you broadcast yourself, okay, the way that you will sharpen your communication with the people around you, but also internally, obviously. Okay, so it's all about communication. And then we have the fourth house, which is obviously Cancer. Okay, and Cancer is all about the home life. It's all about our emotional warmth, and we just had that Cancer full moon, and a lot of you may have felt that feeling of emotional safety. Where can I actually be myself on an emotional state? Are you allowed to actually feel in a certain way, or feel even emotions, or do you get rejected for that? Okay, everything that revolves around the way that you have been in your upbringing, your home life, the bond with your mother, which very, very important. The bond with your mother, how has that actually affected you as a person, affected you when it comes to your traumas, right? There's a lot of energy that contains the roots. Okay, like what are your roots? Are you connected to your roots, right? Like these type of symptoms could come up for you to take care of it. Okay, but this is all about the family, the home life, your house, your home, your temple. Okay, like these matters. Now, the fifth house is Leo, which is the entertainer. Okay, this is all about the passion, the love, the excitement, the being in the middle of tension, and what you do with that, right? This is very, very important. I remember that last year I had the Hermit coming out. It was like, I don't want to be in the attention, but still I got in the attention mode. But still, it's about how you actually wanted to live a non-entertainment life for others, for yourself, but still, you got a lot of wisdom out of it, right? So the fifth house, the lover, right? So we are going to check in with how passionate your connections is going to be when it comes to your love life as well. And well, yeah, again, performance, entertainment, and creativity is also going to be a part of that, but most likely it's going to be all about your love affairs and your love life. Right, then we have the sixth house, Virgo energy, which is all about your work, self-nurture, your daily routines, right? Your daily health, your well-being, how you deal with yourself, how you nurture yourself, your diet, but also your work discipline, right? How disciplined are you? How programmed are you? How, yeah, all of that energy is going to be talked about in your daily rituals, which also talks about your spiritual rituals. Okay, a little bit of water. Right, then we have the seventh house, which is all about your relationship with others, your contracts, your Libra energy, which is also about maybe people pleasing. How far will you go with pleasing people? All right. So this is all about like your marriage as well. Like if you are married or if you're going to get married, right? Like all the deep connections that really ask you to have a real commitment, right? Like real responsibility within that commitment. Okay. So that is going to be all about Libra, also all about like how well you maintain the harmony with other people, how socially harmonious you will be, right? And also, of course, justice and karma will be ruling the seventh house, all right? Now, the eighth house is all about intimacy, Scorpio energy that rules the underworld. And it's all about your transformation. Okay, like the depth of your transformation, shedding the old and going through that dark night of the soul, but also like being very attached to something that really is passionate to you, right? Like this is where you will feel the most when it comes to your energy and your passion and even maybe your addictions or your obsessiveness, all right? Like that type of deep energies will be highlighted in the eighth house, but also it rules money, it rules legacy, it rules the hierarchy, like things that are a little bit dark at nature, but those energies, the shadows that really transform you into a new and better person. That's when the phoenix rises. Okay, so yeah, it's all about that mystery type of energy, and obviously also the investments that you make when it comes to money, because Scorpio is very, it's like Pinter, they're like very secure, they know how to get their security in check through the dark times, through that shadow work, through that underworld type of suppression that they have in like being obsessively hunting your ambitions. You know what I mean? Like that type of energy. And then we have Sagittarius and my washing machine that's just like being always the party in the house. I don't even know if you can hear it or not, but it's like Sagittarius is just like walking around as if life is the party, right? Like, and that's what we do. I'm Sagittarius myself, so that you know. But yeah, that's all about expansion. It's all about your travel, it's the higher self, your higher wisdom, and everything that comes with enjoying things in the most positive way and being happy with just being able to philosophy, right? Like that's actually what makes us the most happy. Like obviously, if you really check if you are happy or not, when are you the most happiest? It's actually when you really can talk about like the deep stuff, the deep spiritual stuff, the psyche stuff, things that most people don't say. It's the truth seeker, right? Like the truth should be spoken, and Sagittarius will not fail at truth speaking. Matter of fact, if anyone that tries to call like a Sagittarius a liar is like, okay, well, your world is a lie if you think that a Sagittarius will lie, because their biggest flaw is to be open and honest and direct, right? So this is your directness and your movement. And honestly, we are just entering the horse season, or the horse year actually, which is all about momentum. And obviously Sagittarius, half horse, half human. Sagittarius, you better get things going this year. Okay, so anyway, this is all about your luck and, well, the way that you perceive life, and don't allow any form of negativity to get to you. Shake it off and move forward, right? So yeah, the wisdom of Sagittarius, the voyager, okay? And then we move to the 10th house, which is all about your reputation. Is Capricorn energy. It's all about your career, your long-term goals, your legacy, the way that you are in authority of your life, of your finances, of your dreams, and how hard you actually work in order to gain that, right? That's your 10th house. It's all about your reputation. Like, people trying to damage your reputation because of jealousy, yeah, that is a part of the 10th house energy, but it is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is the big papa of karma. So even if people have been trying to do that out of jealousy, out of envy, out of spite, out of, misuse of power, Capricorn energy, Saturn energy rules all about that, and will absolutely give everyone their fair share and their fair credit. Okay, so whatever responsibilities, whatever achievements, whatever career goals you have, we're going to look into that in the 10th house of Capricorn. Okay, and then we have another sip of water. Then we have the beautiful energy of Aquarius. And Aquarius have been with that Uranus, like in the past years, has been doing some crazy shifts and radical changes. And that what we're going to look at, especially personally to you. But this is a house that rules friendships, okay, group activities, group circulations, your environment, your social environment, okay. But it also is the innovator. It's the technology nerd sometimes, and comes up with like the greatest ideas and makes like changes that will be for everyone involved. All right, like the changes that Aquarius can make, it affects like group dynamics, it affects like the communities, okay, or just the, wow, I just forgot the word, collective, the collective. Why would that be? How can a reader like me forget the word collective? So maybe there is going to be something shifting within that, because the last couple of years it has been all about the collective, the collective movement, the collective ideas, the collective changes. There is something within that. Maybe it will turn a lot of people more inward, rather than just being the sheep of, going after the collective's idea or collective's opinion. Okay, that's definitely a good download right now. But yeah, communities, that's what you need to keep in mind. And then we have the Piscean energy. The Piscean energy, the dreamer of the zodiac, the always forgiver, the healer, the subconscious one, the one that nobody really understands, the one that is also always sensitive, the one that lacks sometimes a little bit of boundary, or the distinguished energy of like the good and the bad, the high and the low, heaven and hell. Like there is this polarity that's going on, right? Like that what we see also like in the Piscean energy, it's like the yin and the yang, right? So this is about your balance in the spiritual sense. It's all about your subconscious, your intuition, your third eye, your chakras, your way of connecting with the higher realm of spirituality, but also the way that you are compassionate first to yourself and then to others. First forgiving yourself and then others. So yeah, also rules the big karma, okay, the big baggage. What have you been dragging into 2026 that you needed to left behind? And that will be your sacrifice as well. We need to make the right decisions, right? What do we re-enter into our year of 2026? That is going to be a choice that will be ruling the whole year as well. That is also I want to say the garbage of the karma. Wow, that sounds another download. The garbage of karma. Why not? We're just, we're going through it. But yeah, your Akashic Records is also included in that. Your Akashic Records is all about the past life integration, your ancestral language, past life. Okay, what are you bringing into this lifetime that you actually need to resolve? And how do we know that we resolve that? It's when we keep on continuing to receive or get the same situations with different type of people. And instead of looking like, okay, why am I attracting that, or why does this happen to me, we actually go internally and in depth to actually heal that pattern and heal and release that karma, the karmic bonds. Yes. And your connection to spirit, your prayers, the way that you believe in God and the universe, the heaven, your manifestations, like all the things that you need from the subconscious world to stay anchored in this world, right? The meaning of life, the meaning of why we are here to complete a chapter. Wow, that was fun. That was really fun. And trust me, I didn't even I haven't done this for quite some years, this one. And I didn't even go through the names. It's just like that passion that just comes in, So what we're going to do, I hope you made it till this point. Thank you so much for listening to this. And we're going to go with the tarot over in all the houses and see what is going to happen for you as a zodiac sign. And there is going to be an extra pull in the middle of it that will highlight which houses will be the most relevant for you. Okay, so get ready, get your popcorn, get your tea, get your coffee, and let's kick it. Hello, Leo. Welcome to your yearly spread. I hope you enjoyed the last 20 minutes of the reading. So I'm going to jump right into it. Okay, the first house, you have the King of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, which all means that you are going to be very emotionally composed within yourself. You will really weigh before you really speak up about your emotions. There is this emotional restraint that you will show to certain people. Internally, you will feel everything, you will sense everything, you will really go through deep emotions. However, the way that you will speak up about it, it will be very content, okay, consent maybe. All right, so this is a very good energy. All right, even if you are a fire sign, this just means that you feel a lot, you sense a lot, you observe a lot, but you don't really spill the tea, right? Like you don't really open up completely about your emotions, even though you feel, sense, and intuitively are very much in alignment. Okay, that's the first house for you. Love it. All right, the second house for my lovely Leos. What is going on in your second house? Beautiful, the Nine of Pentacles. Look at that. Really getting soaking yourself. This is like the luxury card, okay? Like this is the material abundance card. So this is kind of like one of the best cards that you even can get in the second house. that rules assets, that rules the material world, that rules your own safety as well. So financially, there is a lot of growth. There's also a lot of independence. You might be purchasing a lot of luxurious articles. You may be treating yourself a lot with good food. Okay, really nourish yourself. Nourish also like your own garden here, and not being dependent on anyone financially. Okay, like this is financially completely independent and just enjoying whatever you've been achieving. Nine of Pentacles. I love it. The third house for you. What is the third house for? Ooh, do you have the Seven of Swords also, Nine of Swords, and the King of Pentacles? I do sense a lot of jealousy. Okay, like probably because your second house of the Nine of Pentacles, in the third house, you might be experiencing some sort of deceit or some sort of jealousy, people trying to, stress you out because you are very grounded. You have a lot of financial growth in your life. And I see that some people could cause you a little bit of stress there or try to get away with things, okay? As in like, oh, you have it already, so give it to me. That's so going to be like valid. Like I've seen this like throughout this whole year as well. Like it's unexpectedly how that comes from like friends or even like could be family, as in like, oh, you already have everything, so you own it to give it to me, right? Like I feel like there is this material, even though it is the third house, but since we have the King of Pentacles, it's like material harvest could cause for some sort of jealousy or stress around you. However, with the King of Pentacles, you do seem very grounded. You seem to be very composed also with the things that you have. It does not make you materialistic in any sense. It just makes you aware of the hard work that you've been putting into yourself in order to gain that, and in order to respect it and to protect it. Yeah, you need to be like that. Okay, like this is a very beautiful example. Yeah, and also be mindful of social media drama. If you are on social media, there could be like some stress going on in that surrounding as well. And also when it comes to certain discussions that you will have with your friends or family or your siblings or whatsoever, you will sense and feel there is some sort of jealousy. I feel it very strongly. That third house energy seems to be like either a Gemini being quite jealous of your achievement here, or people feeling like they can get away. And what they can get away is that King of Pentacles, which rules like the material world, right? So be mindful of that. Be mindful of who you allow into your house, right? That's very important. All have to learn it in the wrong way. I'm just here to warn you, especially if you do achieve what you are about to achieve in 2026, okay? The High Priestess is here, Leo, so that means literally listening to your intuition and holding some things back and not reacting on things, even if people are trying to stress you out in some sort of way here. That like be mindful of manipulation, because the third house is is all about communication, and the Seven of Swords is manipulative energy. It's people that are cheating or that are lying. You have to be grounded to deal with these type of people, because it's going to be a very eye-opening year for everyone. And I feel like the snake year already did that, obviously. However, it doesn't end there, okay? Like it doesn't end there. You're going to see very quickly, like, okay, that person is lying. You know what I mean? So yeah. Ooh, the Hierophant. You might be getting more connected to your roots here, right? Like have more respect for your culture, your upbringing, your family foundation, your parents, your ancestors, doing a lot of ancestral work, even maybe from the house. All right. You might even live together. Okay. Like maybe it's a Taurus. It could be definitely a Parisian. All right. Maybe it's a Taurosian from Parisian energy. Anyway, have like a full commitment. And if this is not a real commitment, which I do see is going to happen, but if it's not a real commitment, it's you being committed to your spiritual morals and beliefs, all right? And really practicing what you preach. That's the Hierophant, practicing what you preach, all right? Yeah, King of Wands, you might be living together as well with a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, but you're going to be overall the leader within your family dynamic. So you're going to be the one that organizes things, or that, invites people, be very generous, but also you're going to learn how to be respectful for your own, cultural beliefs, spiritual beliefs, your background. Again, rituals that you're going to be doing that will enhance your connection to spirit from your house, okay? But your roots are going to be very important for you. Yeah, talking about roots, I have the Christmas tree here because for us Armenians, it is actually Christmas on the 6th of January, the Epiphany Day. So to all my Armenians out there and all the other that are celebrating it on the 6th, Merry Christmas. So the fifth house, wow, beautiful. The fifth house is your own energy, right? And again, we have the beautiful Ace of Pentacles. So this is you finding new commitments when it comes to the way that you express your joy. Okay, this is the entertainment industry. This is the passion. This is, the way that you are in the spotlight among your friends, among the society, all right? And the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Wands is showing that you are going to have either a new investment when it comes to your hobbies, maybe, okay? Like what I'm getting with this Ace of Pentacles is like you spending money on things that really make you also grow, okay? Like not just like flaunting it. I don't know why I'm getting that necessarily, but it's like you're not flaunting the money. You're just really being very cautious on how you spend your money. Also, when it comes to, going out or doing things. And most likely you will be staying at home and spending that money in your home. So maybe you will invite people or celebrate things, or, throw your own party at home. You know what I mean? But it will be one where you will be making up a lot of memories, and these memories, people are going to be noticing that. Okay, there's a lot of celebration also outside of the house, but also I feel like within your current living situation, you're going to be very celebrative. All right. Oh, the sixth house, we got the Tower. So when it comes to your well-being, you need to make a huge shift, or else there is some sort of tower moment that could be coming towards you. So that means that, let's say that you've been complaining a lot about your diet, or about your weight loss, or your weight gain, or whatever the case is. If you don't make any decision in regards to your sixth house, that could result you into, the deep recovery. Okay, so the Tower in the sixth house, it's also probably talking, the Four of Swords. So that means that there is going to be like a disruption in your daily routines. And this could be outside of you, right? But it will force you also to take more rest. What I get from it is like something around your house is like changing in a way that it kind of like forces you to take a rest, and maybe you're not really wanting to do that. Okay, like maybe you've been forced to take more rest. There could be some sort of chaos that is going on in your administration or something, and you feel like, oh my god, I was not ready or anticipating on this change. So there is going to be some sort of change here where you really need to put more energy and investment into healing it properly and to start from scratch. For some of you, it may definitely be like, taking a better look into your administration and your daily routines. Okay. Yeah. But overall, it feels like you may be exhausting yourself to a point where maybe you get like headache, or you you get pain somewhere, and it's like because you didn't properly listen to the signs of resting as replenishment. I actually got something similar in my own private reading of this, like in the 6th house, like really needing to rest properly. Okay, so don't feel too bogged about it, but it is definitely a signal and a sign that you need to take care of your health, your daily routines. Okay, so you don't get with surprises. Like the recovery is going to be important. So let's say you do have an operation planned in 2026. It is very important to recover fully and completely before you kind of like put yourself back to work, right? Like these type of things. What's the 7th house for Leo, please? The house of partnerships, relationships. We've got the Knight of Cups, so definitely love and romance is going to be in the forefront here. This feels like spicing the relationship a little bit up with romance. So even if you are in a long-term commitment here, for those that may be already married and all of that, it could also be simply saying like, hey, put more emotional, like romantic things and dates in your partnership, right? That could be like definitely an outlook here. The other thing here with the Knight of Cups is if you are single, there is love coming in. Okay, like the Knight of Cups could be also a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but someone that really expresses expresses their emotions. And then we have the Page of Cups. So this might be very slow at start. It might be a friend that gets like a little bit closer. You might be having that with a Libra. Okay, like there might be like more emotions evolving throughout the year, and you will, and if you have some sort of conflict with a Libra as well, there might be an apology coming through from this person, is also what I'm getting. This person is in love with you. However, there seems to be like either an age difference or a difference in reciprocity here when it comes to emotions. So there needs to be more balance within that. Okay, someone needs to express their emotions a little bit more, and the other one needs to allow that person to kind of like feel emotionally safe, is what I'm getting here. But for a lot of you, like not for a lot, but just take the message as it resonates. This could absolutely also be a friend that expresses that they are in love with you, and it's maybe very unexpected, is what I am actually receiving from this. It's like you will be like, whoa, I never thought that you really like me, or I thought we were friends, right? So that's going to be interesting. So your 8th house of intimacy. Oh, the Star. Okay. So for a lot of you, because the 8th house to me is like the underworld, right? Like it's the shadow work. It's the deep, intimate energies and feelings that we sometimes bury, right? So with the Star there, it feels like you may have been through a dark night of the soul. However, this year you're going to feel or see that there are gifts that come along with that work that you have done on yourself. All right, the Star is also healing. So I do also feel like you're gonna go through ancestral healing, right? Like your Akashic records, like your ancestors, like things from generations back. There is going to be some sort of gift and some sort of healing coming to you that is going to make you feel more vulnerable and put yourself more out there, right? So that's beautiful. And I could see that with that Hierophant here with the 4th house as well for you, right? Like you're very much focused on morals, on your principles, and all the things that come from the elderly, and what you have been taught. It's not to say that you are not rebellious. You are very rebellious in it, but you also do respect your where you're coming from, your cultural values, your beliefs. There is a beautiful energy here of balance that you're going to be creating by both, because the 8th house is also the heavy work that one needs to do in order to rise like the phoenix. And having the star there, that just means that you are going to be noticed and seen, and probably heal some ancestral wounds or break some ancestral curses. And this might be also some sort of like, I don't want to say a warning, but it's an energy of, it can be tough, but just know that you're breaking a generational curse here, and that is going to bring you a lot of positivity, hope, renewing energies. I like that. Yeah, the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is all about that Akashic record. So this is absolutely a very accurate message that comes through. The High Priestess and the Star, two major arcanas in the 8th house. I mean, like, that's a very spiritual, deep bond. Okay, like also with your guides, with your spirit guides, with your ancestors. Again, I'm getting that very strongly for you. Definitely a deep Kundalini rising here. Stepping up to be like a high priest here. Healing, okay? Like, you're going to heal the shadow. You're going to heal the wounds of people in a way that is coming from sacred recipes, okay? Like maybe from your grandparents or like your grandma. Like there are some healing techniques that you will be bringing in. And I'm hearing also like African, okay? Like, I don't know, for those who are watching, like, I feel like an African type of background, or Indian, okay? Like, there's this energy that comes through. So maybe that is like where your roots lie, and there is a lot of wisdom that you will gain from that. So no need to feel, yeah. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean, okay? The 9th house, Sagittarius energy. Let's see. The 10 of Swords. There might be a connection with a Sagittarius coming to an end. There could be some sort of painful ending there, okay? Just that. And then we have the 2 of Wands. I feel also like a way of thinking and seeing things, because the 9th house obviously rules all about like the higher wisdom and being open-minded and all of that. The mind is the sword. The 10 of Swords is like having some sort of a closed mind when it comes to specific people, specific nations, specific religion, like things in that nature that will come to an end, and you will see like a new path here, the 2 of Wands. So there is this opening up after the death of ego, right? Like, that's the death of ego, that's the Star and the High Priestess. So you're actually rising. It's not a punishment, it's a rising. It's a healing energy. And then the 9th house is actually saying like some sort of opinion or some sort of way of thinking is coming to an end, and is opening up like a huge horizon for you. All right, so don't sit still with that 10 of Swords as in like, oh my God, like, that was so embarrassing or something like that. Like, no, it is actually here to propel you for a new horizon. There is always a different way of seeing things and doing things. And this year, you're going to see that being fixated on like a specific thing will not get you anywhere. Like, you need to be in the flow energy of the horse, right? So I do sense like some sort of death of ego is going to be taking place. Yeah. Oh, your 10th house. You got the Fool and the 7 of Cups, both in the reversed. Oh, yeah. That's your house of career and reputation. So don't make any foolish jumps to invest in things where you just find yourself caught up in emotions, okay? Like, don't make any emotional decisions when it comes to your career field. Don't make any uncalculated risks. And that's like, probably like, Leo, you are a risk taker, right? Like, you're just like any other fire sign. However, one little misstep there in your career and your reputation could be like having some sort of illusion there. Like, I don't know how to word it, but I don't like the Seven of Cups reverse with the Fool on your 10th house. So I would just advise you to keep an open mind again, to not take any foolish risks without calculating it or seeing ahead of the future. Do not jump on hypes where there is no longevity in there, right? Don't jeopardize what you have built up due to some sort of TikTok hype or something. You know what I mean? Like, be mindful of the steps that you take when it comes to your career, because there is an influence of reputation if you do not think ahead. Because the Seven of Cups is like illusion, or a lot of people maybe presenting you with choices, or I don't know, like trying to work with you, but their vision is just to have like a high hype and then it's done, and you don't want to be like a one-day fly. So be mindful here. The 10th house is absolutely being a little bit, yeah. Also, do not get arrogant there with the Fool, because you can fall down immediately. Like, there is this energy of like keeping yourself grounded. Yeah, keeping yourself grounded. Yeah, if you feel a sense of rejection or something is not going in your favor, try to process that internally and try to see why you get triggered and analyze your own feelings rather than making a misstep here. The Fool is like, ooh, misstep. Okay. Yeah. It might be also in terms of your investments, right? Like maybe you do something with that money that could affect your career in some sort of sense. So be mindful of that. And also maybe it has to do with that third house, the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Swords. It could be people that are a little bit, sabotaging something, and you could react in a way that could put you in like, jeopardy, right? Like you could put your work in jeopardy or your career in jeopardy. Yeah. Be mindful of that. Like, let's say maybe like the thing that comes to my mind, for example, you are a doctor or something and you like to go out and all of that, but one little misstep and you're like completely drunk and you have like a emergency call that you need to get into an operation and you're just like effed up, that could jeopardize, and or things like that nature could jeopardize some sort of substances or alcohol use or something that could be jeopardizing your reputation. Okay, be mindful. And again, that was just an example. Don't take that like face value. Well, the 11th house, the Seven of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. Aye, nice, actually. You're absolutely not going to be tolerating outsiders into your circle. I'm getting like Drake, no new friends. Like you are in that energy of like, I got my loyal people around me, I got my family around me. I don't need more. I need to protect myself from being a part of like too big of like, having too many friends, can make you fall out of character, like these type of things. So you're going to be very protective of what you have and the loyal people around you. So either you're going to defend, you're going to be like the real lion in front of people that are trying to say something to your family or friends, or you're going to be like having like your guard up, okay, like protecting your field, protecting your territory, protecting your loved ones, your friends, your family. So there's going to be a very protective type of energy coming through for you here. And it's good. It's good. It means that you already have built a very solid foundation when it comes to your friendships, and you don't need more. Okay, you don't need to, branch that all out. No, you know who you can trust and who you can build on. People know that about you, and that's it. Like, no new friends. Like Drake is coming through. Like, no new friends. The 12th house. The Two of Cups, love. Wow. For some of you, you might be falling in love with a Pisces, or you might have a very good partnership, a friendship with another water sign as well, like Cancer or Pisces, Scorpio. But also the Two of Cups means dedication to spirit and like the higher realm. It's you doing the proper work in balance, emotionally as well as practically here. Okay. Your subconscious mind is always very positive and high lifting. It's always focused on harmony. Okay, harmony within yourself, peace within yourself, and then also peace with other people. I like that. Forgiveness. Okay, in friendships, you might be having a lot of good, deep emotional conversations, and forgiveness could be coming through here as well. I love this for you. The Two of Cups is absolutely amazing there. Now, I do also get like the Emperor and the Knight of Wands, and I feel like this is a separate message, really talking about needing to regulate your energy in the right way. Okay, like be in control of your own energy, and don't allow other people to manipulate you or move in a direction that you don't feel sure about. All right, there is some sort of discernment in control and power that you need to redirect in the right way. Okay, do not allow anyone to direct your life, but also do not direct other people's life, right? Because you are a very dominant and very, strong sign. So with that, you could be also yourself trying to kind of like, um, pave the path for other people. You're like the leader that paves the path, but don't try to, force or dominate that path for other people. Let everyone choose how they want to choose. But also the other way around. If people are doing that to you, be mindful of that. Oh yeah, see the Emperor coming through in your overall energies. We will be having an extended, so follow me on that if you want to know more. And the Queen of Swords, exactly. Be mindful of people that are trying to be always trying to regain control, okay, or doing some sort of power moves or controlling type of energies. Make sure people take accountability with that Emperor. The Queen of Swords here is also very sharp, very direct, very much in control of what she says and how she says it. So we're going to go a little bit deeper in the extended. Yeah, look at that. Spiritual growth, self-sabotage. Okay, see that 10th house, the 9th house, the 3rd house. There is some self-sabotaging energies that you may need to be careful about, but you do know how to take back your power and be courageous. And anything that doesn't serve you, it's time to let it go. Okay, so this is going to be a very spiritually awakening year for you. All right, definitely. That's what I have for now. Please follow me on the extended. We're going to go a little bit deeper into the energies and see what else Spirit wants you to know.